Everybody, come on, jump in. Come on, jump in. Dr. Ladre Weathers, be your Better Life Coach, coming to you with today's Better Life blurb. And you know, Fridays I like to go live, so come on in. Post your questions and comments here. So y'all come on, jump in. Let me share this real quick. Then we're gonna get started. I got a few friends to invite, so y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. 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 Up here they come. Hey everybody. Y'all pray for all of my good strength today, because it's been a little challenging for a black man in America. But I'm not gonna holler and cut the food today. So y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. I'm just simply sharing. Um, I'm simply sharing. Just give me a quick second. Let me finish sharing. Hey, thank y'all for jumping on. I see y'all coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, y'all come on, come on. We're gonna get this in and get this out. There we go. One more. Mm-hmm. Hey y'all come on in. I'm just about done. Inviting folks. Y'all know I like to start at about the 2 minute mark, and I go just about 7 or 8 minutes. But we're talking about this generational curse. This is the last one, but this is the most important one when it comes to generational curses. So please make sure y'all jump on. Continue to fall in. Hey everybody, I see y'all. I see y'all. Well, I see people there. I don't know who all they are, but I see people there. But if you've been following this last week, we've been talking about generational curses. And let me remind you that I believe there is only one generational curse that must be dealt, that there is. I believe there's only one generational curse. I believe that the only generational curse is the rejection of knowledge, the lack of pursuing knowledge, and the lack of applying knowledge. I believe that's all one curse. The lack of the rejecting knowledge, not pursuing knowledge, and not applying knowledge. I believe those together are one generational curse, and everything comes out of that. So definitely go back and check the stock, because we talked about not just what that generational curse is, but how it produces sickness, how it produces divorce, how it produces poverty. And today I want to talk about how it produces an incomplete legacy. The generational curse of rejecting knowledge, not applying knowledge, not going after knowledge produces the generational curse we call an incomplete legacy. Now, what do you mean by an incomplete legacy? Well, there is a scripture that says a good man leaves behind an inheritance for the children's children's children. And I know a lot of times when I go to funerals, I hear people they say, "Oh, he was such a good man. She was such a great woman. She loved everybody. She was the head of her family. She served God." All of these great things. But what I very rarely hear when it comes to legacy is the other side of the legacy. See, all of the intangibles are great, but where are the tangibles? Where are the tangibles? So my question is, what tangible baton are you leaving for those after you? Because uh, the world we live in, the next generation should be further than where we were. So I should be doing better than my mother. My mother should have done better than her mother. Her mother should have, there should be a better. And one of the things that I'm seeing is the incomplete legacy. So it's full of the intangibles, the love, the family, serving God, helping the community. Those are great. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying let's get rid of those. But what I'm asking is, what tangibles are you leaving? What assets are you leaving? And many times, because we don't pursue knowledge, we don't accept knowledge and we don't apply knowledge about this specifically for our legacy, many times we don't leave a tangible legacy. I love the fact that we're getting more education, but many times we don't leave a legacy at the end because we didn't plan for it at the beginning. Many times there is no legacy at the end because we did not plan for it at the beginning. What do you mean, Doc? Real simple. Right now, you should have already thought about legacy and you should already have a plan in place to leave legacy. Not just the intangibles, the spiritual stuff, but some tangibles. Can you leave behind 5 to 10 acres of land? Can you leave behind the deed to a house? Can you leave behind a company that is profitable that you built and trained your kids in? Can you leave behind life insurance, like real life insurance? I'm not talking about that $10,000 bury me policy stuff. Can you leave behind real life insurance? Have you left behind some stocks, some bonds, some annuities? Where are the tangibles? And that's my question for this live. Where are the tangibles? That's the reason I call it an incomplete legacy, because if we don't have all of that in it, we don't have the tangible and the intangible, a lot of times it's crazy. And watch this, please hear this. The tangibles you leave behind count if they're not 8 figures. Sometimes we feel like because we can't leave behind 8 figures of income or 8 figures worth of something that it doesn't matter. No. Please make sure that the legacy you leave behind has the intangible spiritual stuff and the tangible natural stuff. What would happen if when you got 18, there was a trust fund with $50,000 in it to help you get going? What if when you turned 30, you had to bury your parents, but there were $200,000 of insurance money left, and after all of the final expenses, it was $150,000 for you to split with one sibling? What would happen if we position our finances when? Now, if we learn how to use our finances when? Now, if we learn to plan our money when? Now, so that when the time comes, hey, I need a $500,000 or $1 million policy to leave my folks. And watch this. Please hear this one too. Dude, don't you know that this legacy stuff is beyond your children? Because sometimes we only think about the good man leaving the inheritance for their children's children's children. But what about your community? Do you have a library, a collection of books that you can leave the community? Do you have a program that will bear your name because you started tutoring, you started mentoring? What assets are you leaving behind in your legacy? Please hear me. This is more than just money. In these crazy times that are going on, one of the things that we forget is that economics and power are together. And so because we don't have enough economics, it's a challenge for us to exert the power that's needed politically. But if we was leaving behind money when we die, if we were leaving behind assets when we die, if we were leaving behind a legacy, something tangible, God Almighty. And again, please don't feel guilty. If you can't leave 8 or 9 figures behind, can you leave 5? Like 50 grand minimum? Hey, Rita, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on, Mom Moten. I'm just saying, and I believe that the lack of a complete legacy comes out of the fact that when the information was presented, we didn't want it, or we chose not to go after it to get it, or we chose not to apply it for real. So listen, all I'm saying is let's put this on our plate. Let's put this on our menu. And how do I know this works? Let me share some basic math with you. Let's assume for a second that at the age of 20, you start working and that you work until the age of 70. That's 50 years. In that 50 years, you average just $20,000 a year in money in your hand. That's $1 million. What gets us in trouble is many times if somebody were to look back at where we spend our money, if God were to roll the tape of our money, $1 million hit your hand, but you spent $999,999.92. But what you spent it on most of the time was something you can eat, something you can wear. And listen, hey, please leave some clothes, but not just clothes. Come on. I want us to be better about having a complete legacy, not just the spiritual stuff, the love, the support, the counseling, the being there for people. Not just the spiritual service where you were the president of the women's auxiliary, you were president of the deacon board. Okay, great. But you need to leave some tangible assets. Where is the money? Show me the money. And again, it doesn't have to be 8 figures to count, and it should be bigger than just your children. It should be bigger than just your nieces and nephews. Hey, I don't have no children. And so I'm doing everything within my power to build the company where I can pick my successor and leave a company that is a legacy in the earth. Not that my name can be in lights and all that kind of stuff. It'll happen, but it's not for that. It's because I really want us to get further ahead than where we are, especially as Black folks, especially as people of African descent, especially as those who are running the race behind. And sometimes we get so happy and comfortable in the fact that we're behind that we don't learn the strategies to catch up. So again, no matter what income you have now, no matter what income is coming, if you start using your money now, start planning your money now so that you can leave a legacy behind. Again, I got to keep stressing this. The legacy cannot just be the cute, spiritual, emotional stuff. Leave something tangible. Leave some money, leave some assets, leave a business, leave a community organization, leave something in the earth tangible so that 6 months after you transition, you are not forgotten. That's what I got for you today. Any questions, comments, concerns? I've put over in the chat. I've put in the chat. You can schedule a call with me if you want to have a conversation about this. Hey, how can I work what I have? How can I plan what I have so that there's something left? Now, I'm going to tell you now, I'm not the investments guy, but I will help you work your money and set your money aside now so that you can start doing some stuff. Because listen, I'm tired of people passing away and transitioning to the next life, and all they left was $200,000 in bills. No insurance, no assets, no antiques, no family heirlooms. Come on, we got to do better. And we can't wait until we hit 60 to start thinking about this. We can't wait until we finally get married to start thinking about this. Who said you're going to get married? Who said you're going to have children? So you've got to start putting it together early. I wish somebody had taught me this at 25. I wish somebody had opened my eyes and put it in front of me so I couldn't deny it before I turned 30. Unfortunately, that's not the way it worked. So I want to do everything I can in my power to help everybody else. Look at the comments over here. Hey again, Rita Moulton. Good to see you, Mom Moulton. Nora Elizabeth. Hey, Nora. Good to see you. She said, very true. Tiara said, thanks. She said, great info. She said, right. Hey, come on. Let's make some stuff. Let's make some stuff happen. So let's talk a little bit. I'll take another minute or two. Who's already started? Who's already started the plan, well, not the plan, but the process to leave assets? So that's my question for everybody who's still watching. Have you already started leaving the process of leaving assets? And listen, it doesn't have to be $1 million. Family heirlooms are great. Money is great. Land is great. All kinds of stuff are great. I just want us to leave something behind. Tiara said she started. Great. Congratulations. Thank you for letting me know you started. Because again, we got to do this. I don't expect anybody else to come fix this but us. So let's make sure that we continue to work on it. All right, y'all. Thanks, y'all, for jumping on. Hey, do me a favor. Please make sure you share this, tag other people. Please make sure that you also, trying to get back to the other screen. Please make sure that you also, nope, don't do that. Please make sure that you also share it, tag it, Get other people involved. There's a link there to book a call if you want some help putting some of these things together. I tell people all the time, at the end of the day in my coaching, I want people to live on 20% of their income so they can leave a real legacy. But that means we got to get your income up too. That's a whole other conversation. Listen, let's have a conversation. Thank y'all for jumping on. And remember, when life seems to be pretty good, a better life is always best. Blessings to you. It's up to you. You got to make it happen. We'll talk soon and enjoy your weekend.